the leadership is arriving. The vision of this brand, it's not about just the sports awards. It's to use the sports awards to grow the economy of Mahikeng, the economy of the Northwest. Put your hands together for the leadership of this visionary brand property. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to recognize in our midst the visionary leader, the CEO of Pico Productions, a knowledge architect, a business leader, a social entrepreneur, brother, a friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, now moving to the next item, we'll have to call on stage Chairman of Pico Production, Mr. Pico. Round of applause.
Pico Production was established in 2003. Pico Production is an NGO, is an organization established in the Northwest, built in the Northwest, a product of Northwest. Pico Production is not my business. No, it's not my business. It's an organization that was founded by me, but it's a public organization. Anybody, but anybody can come and run it. This year, we took a decision to say, we need to look onto something that will make this engine run. We went around everything, we checked, we did events for teachers, we did events for doctors, we did events for nurses, we are into charity, we're giving school shoes to schools, we're paying school fees for kids, we're doing a lot of things, but still it's not enough. We are going to be, as Pico Production, injecting capital where necessary to be able to see that sports move forward. That we are going to do, liking it or not. We also do have contacts abroad, where we will make sure players of Northwest are going to play in Europe. We are going to make sure they're going to play in Europe. Let us try to come together and build. Let's be proud of achievement that we start together. Then jumping in when there's an achievement. That we don't want to see in sports. And I want to make it clear here. Pico Production is not here talking because they want funding from the department. We don't want. Okay? I just want to make it clear because they will think that we want money from the department. We have our capital. We know where to get our money. All what we want is partnership with the department. All what we want is partnership with the municipalities. The reason being is we are an NGO organization. We shouldn't be looked as we are outshining government. We need to work with government. Or today, we are standing here because of the support of Safa. We are here, all of us, because of Safa. Why? Because we like soccer. We want to support soccer. We don't want to be part of factions. We don't want to be part of divisions. We want to be part of building this province. We are going to be as Pico Production, injecting capital where necessary to be able to see that sports move forward. We have buildings in Zerast that very soon is going to be lapidated. Very soon it's going to be lapidated. Those buildings could have been used to create Academy of Sports of Northwest. We also do have contacts abroad where we will make sure players of Northwest are going to play in Europe. We are going to make sure they're going to play in Europe. So let us stand up, guys. Let's come together. Let's see a way for us to work with the department. Let's allow the department to be part of the sports program in the province. Let us bring capacitated people who are willing to invest in sports in our province. There are a lot. And for that to happen, we need to request Safa in the department and the office of the Premier to get together and see a way forward. President of Safa in the province and national, I want to say this to you guys. Please, Bafana won't lose anymore if you take players from Northwest. We like game. Please, as you sit down and make your preparation and so forth, please come to the University of the Northwest. There are players there. These players are always winning, but they do not have the facility. But they're capable to score against Brazil. They're capable. They just need to eat enough and have some voma, but they will be able to take us to the World Cup.
Thank you, Mr. Pico.
Run, smash into you. Yeah. I'm willing to run, smash into you.
Put your hands together.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Every time I meet you, you have a different position. I met you when you were there in tourism, and now I don't know that jersey that you have on. When you talked about 1995, I thought you talk about that team winning the CAF Champions League in 1995. But I think you decided to keep quiet because I don't know what happened since 1995. You tell us. The MEC for Social Development, Deputy Chair of the ANC, Deputy Secretary of the province, they're all brand new out of the box. Yeah. You give us hope. We want to see renewal and revival. Kosi Monsiwa, the leaders of Pico Production, the leaders of football. I cannot now leave out your wife because you made sure that if I mention you, I mention her and the son. The brand new leader of football in the province, Mr. David Molantua, who is also the head of delegation of Bafana. I listened to you. So now we appointed him head of delegation. I want to see if the result's going to change. I was saying, no, man, Pico Production told me, try this man. Bafana will win. Well, we'll see now. And then also another new member of the NEC, Mr. Clare. He attended his first NEC meeting on Saturday, and he made a very good impression. All the NEC members are very happy with him By 2026, we want 1 million women footballers. So clearly, if we have 1 million women footballers, the kind of team that we put in that World Cup in 2027 will be a team that will compete. He was talking about the winners of the World Cup. FIFA has 211 members. Only 8 countries won the World Cup in over 110 years. On the women's side, it's even worse. Only 4 countries won the Women's World Cup. And none of them on Africa. There's not a single African country that has made a World Cup final. The closest we came was in 2010. Remember Ghana, when they were in the quarterfinal. And then you had Suarez. And when he pushed out the ball, we thought Ghana was going to make it the first African team to the finals. It didn't happen. On the women's side, we have a better chance to get a women's football team from the African continent in a World Cup final and to win the World Cup final. And we are amongst them. And that is why we are going to pursue the idea to host the Women's World Cup. And we will be the first and only African country to host both the men and the Women's World Cup. Only one on the African continent. And only one of 5 in the world. This is your country. It's not a country of despair and hopelessness. It's a country of hope, of vision, of determination, of drive, of energy. This is a South Africa that we struggled for, that we were prepared to die for. And this is a country that must give opportunity to the young people and transform their lives and the lives of the family. This is what we hope through this bid. So, are you joining the bid? You have all the knowledge, so I say to FIFA technical committee, man, go and ask him any questions. He's a knowledge architect. He's got all the questions, all the answers to all the questions. But he was super during 2010, giving us support. So you must go and be part of that off-script meeting and fix that problem for us so that we can move together in the goal to pursue World Cup 2010. Again, I want to say, Pico, wonderful initiative. I saw all your other work. We must have more, not just knowledge engineers or knowledge architects, we must also have social engineers and social architects. Continue your good work. A wonderful evening, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity as government to come and talk to you today. Let me take this opportunity to acknowledge Kgosi ya rona Ntate Montsiwa, our deputy chairperson of the biggest we have in that Ronako government and Ribiza NGO. I can't remember ba bang ba utlwa re bua ka ANC and the deputy secretary Me Viola and Tatela Zimukhosi, and take this opportunity also to acknowledge Ntate Khumalo, our executive mayor. Ki bone le eno na le mme kutlwile chairperson ya province ya Safa a re mme wa ka o montle ha eme ya nne ke re ntate Khumalo le ene o itletse ka mme wa gagwe. And then take also this opportunity to greet honorable members Onakile, and then the chairperson of Pico and the team of Pico. Let me greet you, greet all guests who are here. The president of Safa, let me also greet you, Ntate Denny, and then greet the chairperson of the province of Safa, including the team that is working with. I know if you are the chairperson of Safa, you have a team, the executive members who are here, all of you, let me greet you. This is an important event for government. Let me congratulate all stakeholders for putting this event together. For us, what has happened here today, we are so excited because as government alone, we won't make it. So we, from time to time, want to collaborate with stakeholders. Hence, we really appreciate what Pico and the team has done today. We are happy that our working together will make sure that soccer in the Northwest is revived. And what you have done today really shows that as government, working together with yourselves, we are going to make sure that it is revived. But also let me say that the department will have to have a meeting with yourselves as Pico and Safa. Government, and I know the MEC is very young, Metlapi, she will actually come to party so that you sit on the table and deal with the challenges that you have faced previously and how you go forward. Because as government, honestly speaking, when we see what is happening from time to time, that is why we always say to all the stakeholders that let's partner with government so that we are able to achieve other things that you have to achieve, including what has happened today. Tonight, we are actually celebrating the excellence in game of football. Importantly, the celebration cuts across gender lines. Most of the players, coaches, and administrators being honored here tonight were active in football in a time when people were involved in sports, not for financial gain, because you would remember that previously people were playing soccer for the fun of it, but purely for the love also of that game. They dedicated themselves to the game because they had passion for football. Tonight is not only about honoring and thanking football players or personalities of the past, but also to inspire the youth of today. The youth of the province needs to be reminded constantly that excellence in sports is possible.
Tawana kelengaka ha munsiwa kilisa ha akiwa lisa kosi besela
So I'm going to be brief as much as possible to allow the mayor of the district municipality ntate wa rona, Mayor Khumalo Molefe, to come and do vote of thanks. But the program director saw it fit that also from the political party, I must also say something on behalf of the ruling party. Ba gaetso a ke tse tšhono e go ka congratulate ba botlhe ba ba kgonneng go kry-a di-awards today in this particular platform, and also ke acknowledge the good work done by Ntate Pico under Pico Production for making sure gore this particular event today, it becomes a success in celebration. Ya both ba kry-ileng the awards as a token of appreciation. And I still maintain, as much as I'm a politician, I still maintain gore sports ke yone e kgonang go unite young and old people in our province, and also to indicate gore se re Pico a di kopileng from the Department of Sports. I believe that Honorable Muilwa will make sure that she deliver that particular message to the relevant department for the purpose of implementation, because the reality of the matter ke gore gona anong we find our young people ba e leng gore they participate mostly mo di drugsing and so on, and we believe gore through sports ba ka kgona go tswa mo di drugsing tseo. So in that note, program director, I'm not going to waste your time. Mine was just to appreciate the good work done by Pico Production. It's not for the first time, consistently so. Living 3 years back is unfortunate because of COVID. Aba palelwa ke go tswelela ka mmereko o montle o dirang go tswelela go acknowledge those ba e leng gore ba contributile, especially ba tswa mo the Northwest Province. Is an indication gore le rona as the province re na le batho ba e leng gore they are capable. So it tla nna kgang ya gore ba encourage those ba e leng gore ba bannyane ba atla. So through this particular event ke sa gore we have learned a lot, and then we are going to encourage our different departments also to make sure gore they give support to this kind of events, because they are a motivator as the Northwest Province. In that note, ke re ke lebogile go tlala seatla.
Ra leboha.
Muito obrigado. Muito obrigado. Estamos felizes. Grande pessoa, compatriota. Estudar muito, não saber nada. Muito dinheiro não compra vida. Muito obrigado pelo tudo que você foi fazer aqui. Somos muito felizes. Thank you very much. I thought I must talk to my brother in the language me and him understand the best. It's a language I have learned on the street. But of course, we must take this opportunity to thank all of you who made it here in your beauty and handsomeness. We have been sitting here and watching, and we attest to your beauty and handsomeness. A round of applause for all of you. Khosi Muntsiwa, Makhosi a robetse. Makhosi a robetse fela wena o bone go tshwanela kgosi gore o tle go nna le rona mo bosigong bo o re tshegofatse ra leboga ga o re letlile gore re gate mmu wa gago ntle le tuelo. To the chairperson of the Pico Foundation, once more, on behalf of the people of the Northwest, you have proven to us that private sector, private people, citizens, compatriots, and patriots can take a lead. For President J.F. Kennedy, many years ago, talking to the world, says, ask not what my government would do for me, and rather ask what would I do for my government. You are a living example of exactly what President J.F. Kennedy said many moons ago. To the government of the Northwest, we have heard of your performance that allegedly you have underperformed. But maybe I must come to your defense that the duty of government is to create a conducive environment for activities of this nature to thrive, and you have succeeded in that area. That's the role of government, to create a conducive, peaceful, harmonious environment. And I'm sure you have done that. It is not enough, you can do better. So, MEC Mwila, thank you very much. But of course, we must acknowledge that the waters in the province get muddied in politics. That alone, this province is actually the home of legends and stars. Of course, we hear in the news that there are provinces that call themselves homes of legends and champions. We've got no problems with that. But as we proceed tonight, we will confirm that stars and leaders are manufactured here. They may shine elsewhere, but they are manufactured here. Dr. Denny Jordan, thank you very much. Many people don't know that you are a former lecturer, that you are in your own right a struggle stalwart and a freedom fighter. And therefore, this democracy that we are basking in is as a result of many of your sacrifices. And for that, we remain forever humble. To all honorable members from the Northwest Provincial Legislature, led by the Deputy Speaker, Mevaola Mutsumi, who was given a new title. Today I got a bit surprised, but I know in government we call her the Deputy Speaker of the Northwest Provincial Legislature. Thank you very much for representing well, and Honorable Sonakile representing that arm of the state, the legislature here. That is much appreciated. The soccer family and fraternity, the soccer nation, thank you very much for soldering on. Under very difficult times, you kept the thing on and burning that thing. Of course, we know what you go through every day. You knock on our doors. Sometimes we tell you we are in meetings, even though we are not in meetings. Sometimes we tell the children to tell you that we are not there when we are there, but you never give up. Continue on that one of raising our children so much, so well. I will also pray that God grants us who are leaders in government the wisdom to preserve this knowledge that you have, because that's compared to none. I have not heard this kind of information recited from the heart and head in many years. May God preserve you. Of course, we are guilty of not having appreciated you enough. It's because of the many years of politics in our province where we were driven by hate, regionalism, tribalism, backwardness, negativeness, and all that goes with that. And as a result, of that time in our politics, we hated anything capacity, anything intelligent, anything talent, and we maligned and marginalized people who were better than us. We will follow you, of course, not sheepishly, but with the necessary support. Ladies and gentlemen, to the sponsors who contributed, from those who contributed ideas, money, and in all other forms, thank you very much. To the South African Football Association, thank you very much for providing leadership and guidance to the Pico Foundation. To the Pico Foundation, you are an example. Do not relent. Do not give up. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all the 22 municipalities and the Northwest government and the people of this land, we say thank you very much and good evening. Thank you.
I'm actually just come to make announcements. Firstly, before I go to the announcement, Mema Musila Ntate Charles, I just want to talk about the journey that we have been through. I think for the past 3 months, my brother Pico Santana, I think maybe his boxing bag. Whenever he feels frustrated and feels like he wants to, lash out on me or on his frustration, then he will call me. And then he will start by saying, "Hey, my brother." When he calls me, as you can, my wife will tell you, he calls me 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. And then the time when he calls me, then I know that there are problems. I'll say, "Hey, my brother, you know what?" And then when he starts to say, "You know what?" then I know that we are going to be an hour on the phone with him. But he will tell me about how he gets frustrated and, he's knocking on this door and this door is not opening. He's on this door and this one is not opening. And I said to him, "My brother, you know what? Let's keep on pushing. The Gala dinner will happen. Don't despair. Don't be easily discouraged. Let's push." And it started with when we went to Pamphlet, to his home where he was born. And honorable MECs and leadership, sometimes the good heart that Santana has, sometimes I wish that, he could genuinely also receive that kind of support from the province. And I'm saying this because I always, every day, day in, day out, his frustrations of how he's not being supported. And I'm glad that there have been some of the commitments that here of our leadership that are acknowledging and are saying that moving forward, they are going to support him. I would like to thank him personally, for always believing in making change in our province, for believing in our province. And I just want to ask all of you to just stand up and just give him a round of applause.
Head down as I watch my feet take turns hitting the ground. Eyes shut, I'm in love and I'm racing the earth, and I'm soaked in your love, and love was right in my path, in my grasp, and where you belong. I wanna run, smash into you. I'm willing to run, smash into you. It's close, what I hear no one else has to know, 'cause I know in love and I'm raising the earth. And I'm so